publicrelations.org.
Good afternoon. Eric Reiner here with you on KKNW. We are approaching 1 o'clock and 85 degrees here in the Puget Sound. Sunny skies, but still quite a lot of smoke in the air, which means hazardous conditions with air quality alert in effect still until Monday morning around 11 o'clock with unhealthy air. Stay tuned for Mayo Clinic Radio. That's coming up here in the 1 o'clock hour. Urban Forum Northwest coming up in the 2 o'clock hour with Eddie Rye. At 3 o'clock today, the 425 show.
NBC News Radio. I'm Tom Roberts. President Trump is holding an afternoon news conference after the revelation of remarks he made to journalist Bob Woodward. Earlier on Fox News, Vice President Mike Pence defended the president.
Tony Fauci put it so well yesterday when he said everything that our health experts told the president in the Oval Office, he told the American people. Okay? And it's important that people understand that.
Trump told Woodward in February that COVID-19 was deadly stuff, but in March, he told Woodward he did not want to cause panic over the virus. He tweeted today that if Woodward thought the remarks were so bad, why didn't he make them public sooner? Senate Democrats are blocking a Republican stimulus bill. Casey Hunt reports there's a reason why the bill is stalled.
There doesn't seem to be a ton of urgency coming out of the White House, and I think that's a big piece of why things are stalled up here on Capitol Hill.
No Democrats voted for advancing the measure that includes the expansion of liability protections and unemployment benefits. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tweeted his displeasure after the vote, indicating that Democrats have only politics in mind. 3 people are dead as the Bear Fire is scorching Butte County in Northern California. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed or damaged, and at least a dozen people are still missing. Residents of the community of Oroville had little time to escape the flames as the fire moved in quickly. Attorney General Bill Barr says he's satisfied with an effort to fight meth trafficking.
With Crystal Shield, nationwide so far, there have been 1,800 arrests.
Barr admits the coronavirus has had an impact on Operation Crystal Shield. He also notes the meth being produced by the cartels in Mexico is more powerful and cheaper. The FBI is refusing to hand over to the city of Chicago records of its investigation into the alleged hoax attack on actor Jussie Smollett. Court records show that the feds believe turning over the information could jeopardize the ongoing criminal probe. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio. Energy Secretary Dan Brulette says Hurricane Laura damaged a Louisiana site that holds much of the country's emergency crude oil. Brulette said the site in West Hackberry, Louisiana, took a direct hit and will need to be repaired. Brulette toured the area yesterday, then met with Governor John Bel Edwards to discuss efforts on recovery. Brulette is a Louisiana native who has served with the Department of Energy under both President George W. Bush and President Trump. The Brexit dispute has resurfaced once again in Europe.
Emergency talks are being held between the UK and Europe over plans announced by UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to rewrite portions of the separation agreement. The EU quickly said the withdrawal agreement is not open for renegotiation. While the UK officially left the EU in January, they were given till the end of the year to work out all the details. Bill Zimpfer, NBC News Radio.
The CEO of Netflix thinks the partnership between the streaming service and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will be the most viewed content of 2021.
While speaking on CNBC's Squawk Box, co-CEO Reed Hastings said while the couple may appear in documentaries, Markle has no plans of returning to acting. Rather, the couple will mainly work on producing content from scripted shows, children's programming, and feature films. Prince Harry and Markle said they are excited about the multi-year deal, which will allow them to create content that informs but also gives hope. Nika Magahis, NBC News Radio.
The Strong National Museum of Play is considering 12 toys, both new and old, for a spot in its National Toy Hall of Fame. Toys such as Bingo, My Little Pony, and Tamagotchi are all finalists. Among the finalists is Shindana Toys' 1968 Baby Nancy. The New York Museum says the success of the release of the black baby doll with textured hair exposed a long-standing demand for ethnically correct black dolls, which the mainstream market had failed to deliver previously. The finalists will be announced on November 5th. Tom Roberts, NBC News Radio.
Here are the major rules for all KKNW Call to Win contests. After our contest on-air cue to call, the first completed call received at 888-298-KKNW or number given at time of contest will be selected and verified as the winner. You could win a prize valued up to $100. To be eligible, you must be at least 18 years old, have not won in the last 30 days, and reside within the KKNW listening area. Complete contest rules are available at 1150kknw.com. Time now for a quick look at our KKNW weather outlook. Remember, we do have an air quality alert in effect until Monday morning. Tonight, looks like patchy smoke. We'll see a low around 61 degrees. We'll see patchy smoke in the air for Friday as well. And it's going to be sunny with a high near 80 degrees. A low around 59, sunny Saturday with a high near 77 and a low around 57. Mostly sunny Sunday with a high near 74, a low around 58. Monday, we do have a chance of showers and a high near 72.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guest, and callers and are not necessarily those of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers. This is Alternative Talk 1150.
From the studios of the Mayo Clinic News Network, this is Mayo Clinic Radio, exploring the latest developments in health and medicine and what they mean to you.
Welcome, everyone, to Mayo Clinic Radio. I'm Dr. Tom Shives.
And I'm Tracy McCrae.
As we age, we expect a few aches and pains, but chronic pain can affect every aspect of life, making daily tasks difficult and even affecting our ability to get a good night's sleep.
Oh, no. On today's program, we'll discuss pain management for older adults with a Mayo Clinic expert.
Also on the program, we'll learn when it's safe to return to play after a concussion.
Then, how deep learning and artificial intelligence is helping read kidney biopsies faster.
And finally, we'll learn about the work of research pharmacists preparing medications for patients and clinical trials.
That's this week's program. Up next.
You pledged your life to serve, to make our country stronger, safer, more free, more equal. You worked tirelessly, made sacrifices, missed first steps and birthdays, lost loved ones. At VA, we don't see the setbacks endured. We see lessons applied and passion driving you upward and forward. We don't see all the masks you wear, but we hope you can set some aside. We embrace your uniqueness and won't trivialize your past, your fears, or your hardships. We can't promise to heal all wounds or wash away all trauma, but we do see hope, a path forward, a future. We see all veterans. We see you, an opportunity to help you achieve a new mission, whatever that may be. Learn how treatment works and recovery is possible. Visit maketheconnection.net.
Do you make a positive difference in the world? Do you have a talent, philosophy, base of knowledge, product or service that you know could help a lot of people if only you could reach them? Join Alternative Talk 1150's family of broadcasters and start walking down a fruitful path. As host of your very own program, dial 425-653-1150 and find out just how affordable it can be to have a show on 1150 AM. That's 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk, we have an opportunity waiting just for you.
I'm Christine Cisneros, and I host The Confessional, where we know 100% that you are the solution for the planet. Flourish together as listeners looking to co-create conscious and sustainable commerce with Discover You. Instead of 6 degrees of separation, I believe we live in connection, 7 billion strong. Now is your time to let your light shine, and the world is just waiting for you to light it up.
Tune in Sundays at 1 for The Confessional. And for more information, visit confesstobless.com.
Don't let that herd mentality lead you off a cliff. We support thinking for yourself on Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Mayo Clinic Radio. I'm Dr. Tom Shives.
And I'm Tracy McCray.
Chronic pain in later life is a worldwide problem. In fact, it's probably one of the most common problems, one of the most common conditions that we see in the medical profession, particularly among adults over the age of 65.
And also work a lot in nursing homes. And regardless of the setting that I'm seeing patients in, it's probably the single most common thing that I encounter, multiple patients every day with various pain complaints.
What's the difference between pain and chronic pain?
Yeah, so the definition is somewhat arbitrary. Chronic pain is defined as anything that lasts longer than 3 months. But I think really the important thing to distinguish is things that we expect to be transient. For instance, pain that occurs after surgery or after an injury, from pain that is caused by a condition that we expect to be permanent.
How do you see it impact patients' lives?
Yeah, profoundly. So pain has wide-reaching consequences for our older adult patients. Impacts on mood, ability to sleep at night, day-to-day functioning, so ability to get around one's house or get out in the community and run errands or interact with friends. It leads to social isolation, leads to depression. So we know that pain is incredibly important because it touches every aspect of one's life.
So it's not necessarily every day for 3 months or all day for 3 months, but it could be just every morning or every evening you experience pain for 3 months.
Absolutely. So the pain does not have to be continuous. It can be intermittent, so you might have it several days a week, but you might have a couple good days where you don't. You might just have it at certain times of day or with certain activities.
All comers, all patients you see in the office, would you say this is the most common complaint?
Probably so. I have not sat down and, calculated that statistically, but off the top of my head, it probably is, yeah.
What do most of these patients have that's causing the pain?
So there's a wide variety of things, and most of these, the prevalence and the risk for these goes up with advancing age. So probably the single most common thing is osteoarthritis. So osteoarthritis is the usual kind of wear and tear arthritis that causes damage to joints over time. So a common cause of back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, hip pain. There are many other things too. So for instance, there's a variety of different things that can cause nerve pain that are common in older adults. Folks who have diabetes can get something called diabetic neuropathy that causes nerve damage and is a common source of pain in the hands and feet. And there's a long list of others, but those are some of the more common ones that we encounter.
So diabetes is a very difficult disease with lots of different complications, blood vessels, organs, different organs, eyesight, and also the nerves.
Absolutely, yeah. So we know that having elevated blood sugar levels accumulated over months and years tends to cause damage to the longest nerves. So if you think about the longest nerves in your body, they're the ones that exit your lower spine and go all the way down to the tips of your toes. And the further away they are from the spine, the more likely they are to get damaged. So when we see diabetic nerve pain, we tend to first see kind of burning pain in the toes and the soles of the feet. And as it gets worse, we may see it progress up the legs or affect the hands and fingers as well.
So if patients come in and say that I'm having chronic pain, how do you determine, yes, you are having chronic pain?
Yeah, so I think as with many concerns that our patients bring to us, the first step is just to sit down and spend the time and get a good story from them. Taking a pain history, which is going to involve lots of elements like the duration of the pain, the location of the pain, activities that bring it on or make it better, what things that they've tried at home to manage it are all key elements of understanding their story. But maybe to take that a step further, and a very important piece of how we think about assessing chronic pain is how does it affect their function? So I think any patient with pain who's ever shown up to the doctor has been asked, rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10. But I think increasingly we recognize that we have to move beyond those numerical ratings and think about how is the pain affecting day-to-day function? Is it keeping you from doing things that you otherwise would be doing? And we also focus on that when we think about treatments for pain and whether or not we're being successful. Have we allowed folks to do activities that they were previously not able to do because of pain?
So how do you approach the management? I mean, you've got lots of modalities that you can use. How do you decide what to use first, and what's your general